If you're new to selling Medicare Advantage, you're probably, well, possibly, I should say, at least overwhelmed by maybe all the compliance rules, and maybe you're not sure how to approach people about their Medicare Advantage plan. And you know, it doesn't matter whether the client is like new to Medicare, you know, or on Medicaid, or maybe they've, you know, been like a Medicare recipient for many years. In this video, first, I'm going to show you the very easiest and best way to get Medicare recipients to contact you so that you can walk in and compliantly sell them a Medicare Advantage plan. And second, I'm going to show you how to average at least 10 Medicare Advantage enrollment sales by doing it this way, having them contact you every single week. And here's where it gets interesting, guys. You're going to be able to do this with a lead / like marketing cost of as little as $0 to maybe, you know, $200 or $300 a week. Kaboom. And not just during AEP, you know, and or OEP or like some special enrollment period, but all year long. I'm also going to share how to get access to multiple high quality, like free Medicare Zoom training sessions each week, and even get in the car, do ride-alongs with some of the highest producing agents in the country. So that way you're actually going to see them use this exact system, you know, for yourself. You'll see it and literally learn from the best. And yes, now is the perfect time to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales training and content videos all the time. Let's talk a little bit about compliance. Now, whether you're new to Medicare sales or have been in the industry for years, you know that CMS, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, has more rules than than ever. I mean, like anything you've ever heard of. Believe it or not, back in the day, around, let's say 20 years ago maybe, you were actually allowed to approach anyone that you saw like on the streets, cold door knocking. It was totally okay, and you could ask them about their Medicare Advantage plans. Today, things are a lot different, and if you get caught doing something that breaks the CMS compliance rules, you can be fined, or even worse, you can lose your license to sell Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans. So what's the easiest and most affordable way to approach new Medicare recipients and low-income Medicaid beneficiaries about enrolling in Medicare Advantage? You get them to contact you. And of course, the best way to do this is through direct mail leads. Yeah, always the best. You're either, you know, going to have to pay a company to do the mail drops for you, or you already work with an agency like mine, you know, where our agents get the mailer leads for free. I mean, it's actually a lead credit program. And just to be clear, if the prospect or Medicare beneficiary responds to the mailer by filling it out, you know, and sending it back in the mail, there is an assumed interest that is 100% completely compliant. And now, you've got a reason and a right to either call the person that filled out the direct mail lead, or if needed, and let me just say this, in most areas you're able to do this, you can actually go to their house with the lead and door knock them. That's right, guys. When the prospect fills out a lead card, and again, in most areas throughout the United States, you do have the right to door knock that lead and go in and make your sales presentation. And of course, you don't just, you know, say something like, "Hi, I'm Doug and I'd like you to be my Medicare Advantage client. Would you like to enroll in a different MAPD plan?" Instead, you simply let them know, the prospect, the client, the beneficiary, know that you're a licensed insurance agent and maybe you're a local benefits coordinator. Either set the appointment or ask them if you can come into their home to explain everything. You know, ask them like when the last time was that they met with someone who explained exactly how Medicare and or Medicaid works, and then let them know that, you know, due to the CMS compliance rules, you're not allowed to talk about any insurance plan that they may or may not have without having them sign the scope of appointment form. You just can't show them plans without getting them to sign the scope, right? I mean, that is how it works. Once you're in the house sitting down with the prospect, what you can do is explain how Parts A and Parts B work, then have them sign the scope of appointment. Guys, in order to be completely compliant, you are supposed to set another appointment for this. since CMS doesn't specifically state when, then you can literally set the appointment up for the very same day, therefore eliminating any questions about compliance. You just got to make sure that it's clear that this is a separate appointment in the event that something happens and your client gets asked about the appointment. Right now, somebody watching this video, and maybe even you, are thinking, well, I don't know, Doug, that just seems wrong, and I'm going to have to call you out on this. So here's what I'm going to ask. If you don't agree with what I just said, then you show me in print, in black and white. Let's see the screenshot. Show it to me where CMS clearly states that we must come back for the second appointment on a different day or a specific amount of time later. If you can't do this, which I know you can't because it doesn't exist, then open your mind and enjoy the rest of this video because it could actually change your life. FYI, some states, counties, or communities may have laws against this type of activity, so make sure that you know your local restrictions. Now, let me just say this. Now that you've followed the CMS guidelines, you can simply explain to the client the difference between Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplements or any other type of insurance that is on that scope of appointment thingy, that you had them sign before your appointment. Find out what level of Medicare or Medicaid they are at. Find out if there were any specific benefits that they were hoping to add or get. Show them a side-by-side comparison of, some other plans in their area and help them, and this is the important, you've got to help them with any necessary additions, changes, or enrollments. This is fine and dandy, but you're probably thinking, well, Doug, you did promise to show me how to average 10 of these per week. And yeah, guys, hang on, I'm getting there. The key is to have a system in place that gets you in front of enough of these Medicare or Medicaid recipients, / beneficiaries, along with enough of the exclusive direct mail leads to do this with, while not having to pay an arm and a leg for the leads, right? I mean, if you do your own mailing, you can end up paying over $50 a pop. And let's not forget about those referrals. So here's how some of the highest producing Medicare Advantage agents in the country are able to average at least 10 enrollments each week or gain no less than 500 new MAPD clients every year. Access the training and do this with the system that I mentioned above with a zero cost for leads. First, you will have to join our agency, and if you're thinking, well, okay, great, here we go. What am I going to have to give up in order to do this? Well, allow me to assure you guys, you're not giving up any commissions whatsoever because we do pay the full commission, which is currently in 2022 the $573 for new Medicare enrollees, along with that $287, when you move the beneficiary from one plan to the next. And yes, you're going to get that lifetime annual commission payment of the $287 every single year, that the client stays with you. And now you have access to our advanced and intensive training platform, and I mentioned the ride-alongs with one of our top producing trainers. As far as the free exclusive direct mail leads are concerned, as long as you are actually closing around 33% of your leads, you will never have to pay for them, which is kind of stupid easy. I mean, let's talk about the process a little. The first thing, you're going to need enough leads to get those 10 weekly sales, right? I would recommend starting off working maybe around 40 or so leads each week, the direct mailers. You'll want to have phone days where you work your butt off calling through all the leads 8 or 10 times a day, morning, noon, and night, a full phone day. And then you're going to want to have at least 3 to 4 field days. And I would say even do a couple of phone days and multiple field days. The amount of field days you work will be dependent on how long you stay out selling and how many sales you make each week. I do recommend 9 or 10 hour days, targeting at least, I want to say 3 to 5 enrollments per day. With the lead card in hand, you can compliantly door knock people in between your appointments, remember, in most areas. And now you'll find that a high amount of activity is what will actually produce a larger amount of enrollments. Total common sense, right? If you're using the scripts that we use, and if you're working the phones correctly the way that we teach you to do through our training, you could be able to immediately start enrolling that 10 average enrollments per week, like right from day one. A lot of the lead cards will be from couples, so keep that in mind too. You're going to have opportunities to help, both the spouses, the husband and wife, or etc., with like a different plan. And when it comes to getting referrals, we are not allowed to ask for, referrals. We can't ask our clients, if they would refer us to their friends or families, or give them their phone numbers or what have you. That actually does violate the CMS compliance. However, if you take care of your clients the right way and you work with them, they will naturally refer you out. This is where the training really makes a difference, because you will easily be able to get compliant referrals of people that, really do want to speak with you, that are really interested. Between the referrals and the people that fill out and, mail in the exclusive direct mail lead cards, some of which are going to be couples, like I said, you're going to easily be able to sell an average of, I want to say right around 35% to over 50% of your leads. So like anywhere from like really 30 to over 50%. Remember, we're giving you credit for all sales, not just the ones from the lead cards. And yes, signing up a husband and wife is 2 enrollments, which makes it easy for anyone with a decent work ethic to have the ability to work our leads and literally never have to pay a dime. We also give you access to multiple tools, including like the Sunfire and even a free CRM that will make your life easier when it comes time to stay in contact with your clients on a regular basis, which you absolutely must do, which, when added to the other tips and tricks that you're going to be learning about, will give you the ability to keep your clients on the books with you for life. The key is to keep the relationship between you and the client going on for years, which means making regular contact. And yes, eventually you're going to want to have somebody who, that'll work for you, who can help you to accomplish all of this, which of course will inadvertently keep the referrals coming in too. By averaging those 10 enrollments each week for like 5 years, even if 25% of them pass away, or switch agents or move from, away from the area, you're going to be looking at over $500,000 in residual income every single year. For more information on working our Medicare Advantage platform or selling life insurance or maybe even final expense insurance, whether it's over the phone, because the life insurance, the final expense stuff we do face-to-face and over the phone, just shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. Remember guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there, or even get on that phone, and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.